a title won by Turkey for the past 2 years. Turkey, though, one of 7 countries not with us this season as a result of their suspension for 1 year by the International Weightlifting Federation, and therefore, along with Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Moldova, Russia, Turkey and Ukraine, those are the 7 countries who will only return to competitive action come November of this year. I'm David Goldstrom, together with Commonwealth Games Olympic champion Michaela Breeze, ready to go out to Australia very shortly for the next edition of the Commonwealth Games, where it'll be a lot hotter than it is here. Except I have to say, Michaela, this hall is like last night, roasting.
It is absolutely boiling in here. The athletes, well, not much chance of pulling muscle. And David, I must stand you corrected on this one. I wish I was an Olympic champion, but I'll just take the Commonwealth chair. I don't want people phoning in now or messaging in and complaining.
Freudian slip. These are the competitors that you're going to see tonight as you see them line up there. Robert Manea from Romania, the hometown favourite. And then Urumov, the bronze medalist back in 2016 in this weight category. Shota Mishvelidze of Georgia, 3rd in the World Championships last November, December in America. Levi Bar, 4 times national champion, as you can see, of Israel, comes from just outside Tel Aviv. The president of his federation is in the corner for him tonight. Stilian Grozdev, promising junior European champion. And then the second man for Romania, Ionut Ili, 5th last year in the Europeans in Croatia in Split. And then Romario Avdiray, who might have thought that he'd be performing on an Albanian platform for this year's championships, but they pulled out somewhat in disgrace in January, and that's why we're in Bucharest. And now Ramini Shamilishvili for Georgia, 8th last year in the Europeans, and those are your contenders. So a really good field of competitors nonetheless, and the kilo spread, 40 kilos amongst them tonight, according to the entry totals, which, as ever, we take as a guide more than a certainty.
Yeah, the entry totals were posted by the coaches at the verification of final entries a few days ago, and basically it's to determine who makes the A group, who makes the B group. But the significance of them is that the lifters' starting weights have to add up to within 20 kilos of that, so they can't just post anything crazy.
We're in the Olympic Centre, about 30 kilometres outside Bucharest, in a place called Isfahan, and 10 platforms here in this warm-up area, which has got a width of about 8-9 metres, so it's not too bad. It's actually not a bad warm-up area.
I like it as a warm-up room. You don't have too far away to look to the wall or to get your focal point. Sometimes the warm-up rooms can be really open, but this is a nice condensed area.
There you get a good idea here, and plenty of space for the athletes and the coaches. So let's have a look at some of the past winners. I mentioned Turkey. They won the last 2 editions. Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, and you can see predominantly how strong Turkey have been over the years. But we will have a new country on the roll of honour. Well, maybe, because Romania are double-handed today, so they could well take a hand in this. And then you go all the way back to Nikolai Pashalov. And the opening weights there. You can see the Georgian, Mishvelidze there, 130 kilos. That may be quite significant. His World Championship bronze medal was well won.
Yeah, there's a few contenders to watch out for. Mishvelidze, as you've just alluded to, but also the 2 Bulgarians, Grozdev and Urmanov.
The records, these are European records, so highly relevant for where we are tonight. Senior and under 23, and also junior and youth. And we do have an 18-year-old in the competition, Stilian Grozdev for Bulgaria. So that puts him in the junior ranks.
It does, and he's posted some big weights. So he's coming through the ranks fairly rapidly, as we can see. And it's going to be a good competition between the 2 Bulgarians.
Yeah, no records so far. This is only day 2, of course, of the European Championships. But your company, as ever, most welcome.
Robert Stepan Mania, Romania, first attack. The next lifter will be...
So here we go with the first of our 8 contenders for the men's 62-kilo championship of Europe. Mikhail Breeze, together with myself, David Gullstrom. And this is a straight final. There was no B group earlier in the day. So first man out on the stage, representing Romania, just 20 years of age, Robert Manea. And Robert, who last year didn't get a total in the Junior World Championships, did go get a snatch of 121 kilos.
Oh, very nice opening lift. It's always nice to get the first one on the board. You can not sit back and relax, but you can certainly go out and try and accomplish what you've come here to do.
But even given, you know, by his record, that's a pretty conservative start.
Solid off the floor, maintains a good back position, good extension through the lift. Solid under the bar as well.
So Robert gets us underway.
Looks like he's going to be following himself as well.
Yeah, he was 5th in the Junior Europeans last year. And this is what I'm slightly curious at 105, because 115 kilos he snatched in the Junior Europeans in 2016. He snatched 113 kilos.
Well, just as we said that, he's upped his second attempt right up to 111, so he's now going to try and open up and get closer to those bests.
Yeah, but that was a really conservative opening, though.
Yeah, he may have had some issues, you never know. It's not what you start on that's important, but what you finish on.
So, Albania, Romario Avderai, 24 years of age, posted a total of 260. That's a sort of loose guide target. He was top 10 last year in the European Championships in Croatia. 111 kilos on the bar at the moment, or will be. And this is going to bring Manea out again. Just do with a little bit of air conditioning here. But as you said before, earlier today, better this than ice.
Yeah, we've, well, you know, we're not the ones lifting, it's the athletes that are important, but I haven't heard anybody complaining.
No.
I think it's just us, David.
Well, I do remember lifters lifting on ice, and that was in Minsk in the Europeans in 2010, when the owner of the rink refused to remove the ice, and we had -6 coming through the floor. And that was a total nightmare. I remember we had to muster every heater, every carpet we could find from Minsk.
Well, interesting, right about now, we've had a couple of changes. It was posted on the board that the Albanian lifter was going up to 112.
Yeah.
So Maneva of Romania was called back out 111, and for some reason the bar's now gone down to 110. So clearly an error in terms of
marshalling.
Yeah, getting the messages to the front desk.
So 110 for this man's opener. He has done as much as 113 in his time.
Well, very quiet, very unassuming, but he came out, did the job well. 110 kilos, he's in the competition.
So the bar must go to 111 now for Manea to come out.
We see the receiving position, he's fairly soft when he lands. I say by soft, I mean not, you know, the dynamic foot landing. I don't expect the lifters to lift their feet and slam them, but you do want to be landing on flat feet.
So Manea's second attempt. So effectively this is a 6-kilo increase. Well, I look at that and I do wonder again, you know, he could have started at surely 108 or something like that.
David, go and have a word with the coaching staff. Come on.
Well, I'm just...
It does look very conservative. Even this, you know, that would... Well, not much to fault there, is there? Very good lifting. Let's give him some credit for...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm happy he's making the lifts. But, you know, obviously, when you start that low and you limit your potential.
Remember, part of this game, or a big part of this game, is the psychological side as well, and having the self-belief. So you never know, he may have a mental block when it comes to the weights he's about to attempt.
So the first appearance of Levi Bar, the Israeli. Oren Shai is his coach in the corner there, who happens to also be the president of the Israeli Weightlifting Federation. Comes from Holon, about 15 kilometers outside Tel Aviv. 4 times national champion. He's got a target in mind today.
Oh, dear me, I'm not sure. Right arm and a foot slip.
2-1 against.
Yeah, so the foot slip doesn't mean anything in terms of good lifts or not, but we've had issues with the platform.
Yeah, close up on the front here will tell us and show us.
His right arm, the left as we look at it.
Yeah.
Not from this angle, we won't see it. Well, you could see it. Movement in that elbow.
Yeah, really need to see this from the front when you get a 2-1.
Romario Abdirai, Albania is next lifter.
So, Levi, well, I was chatting to him not more than half an hour ago, just going over 1 or 2 things. He's got a personal target in the snatch of 118 kilos. That's a big setback on that target because 118 kilos would be a new Israeli national record in the snatch. So he's only got 2 attempts. Yeah, you see, he's also got a clean and jerk in mind, and he knows that's not the auspicious start that he wanted.
Well, pressure's on, but he looks fairly relaxed. He knows what he's got to do.
Yeah, he also spends a good part of his time coaching both weightlifters and gymnasts as well. So have they worked it out? Let's hope so. Still got 45 seconds in hand. Second buzzer.
Hits him hard at the bottom.
And another slip.
Well, surely something needs to be done about this platform.
But he's got it, and I'm really happy he's got it. But the reality is, you know, we talked about this earlier this afternoon, the women's 53. Actually, if there's any doubt, roughing up the platform to get a bit of grip doesn't do any harm whatsoever to the platform. It can only help. It can't damage the lifter.
Well, for those people just joining us now for this group and didn't see the women's group earlier, we had a couple of slips from the Spanish lifter, and I actually went on the platform myself at the halfway stage to just see how bad it was. I'm not expecting it to be that slippery, and it really was. And I suggested to the officials there and then that they get some sandpaper out and rough it up a bit, but nothing's been done.
But we've now had...
Three lifters now.
Yeah, 3 lifters now have had slips. So the bar going up to 115 kilos for the Albanian. And just to let you know where we are, Vladimir Urumov of Bulgaria, 150 kilos his... sorry, what am I talking about? 125 kilos his opening snatch. Shota Mishvelidze, Shota posting 130 for his starter. And Shilian Grodzev, this young Bulgarian, 125, the same as his teammate. And 120 for the Romanian Ionut Ili. And 120 kilos for Ramini Shamilashvili. So, second attempt now. The first one was good and accomplished with no fuss and bother.
I'd like to see this from the side, like to see the replay. To me, came off the floor very quickly. Maybe lost position before the bar got to his knees. Very fiery lifter. Let's see what happens.
115 kilograms.
Not too bad, just whips the shoulders back a fraction. I'll be honest with you, David, that weight looks to be on a limit today. Not a huge amount more there, not able to generate enough height on the bar.
5 kilo increase. Just looking at the level there, I mean, you're right. I mean, that would have been a new personal best mark there by a couple of kilos. So, and when I refer to that, I'm talking about in competition. What he's done in the gym is completely different.
Yeah, some lifters can lift more in training, others leave it to the platform. Best place is to leave it until the big stage.
Well, some have got a bit more body weight with them in the gym as well.
I could never get close to best in the gym, even overweight. But whatever I could do in the gym, 5 kilos more on the platform.
You always favoured the snatch though, didn't you, over the clean and jerk? I've never quite understood why.
I'm going to end up on innuendo bingo again if I'm not careful, so I'm saying nothing.
So, Levy bar, third attempt, 115, so this can't be an Israeli record. It's a moment of realism.
Oh, no way.
No.
Well, again, very similar to the lifter we've just seen, not generating enough upward momentum on the bar to give him time and space to drop underneath.
Albania, Saturday. Robert Stepanmania is next lifter.
You don't want to be hanging on to those as they go backwards, do you?
Technical controller was just out on the stage there, just having a little look at the condition of the platform.
Oh, goodness me, there goes the knee. Oh, hope he's okay. That did not look very nice at all. Well, that's how you cause yourself some serious damage. Very gutsy to drop under and commit to the weight. And he's going to be sore tomorrow, that much is for sure. Need to see from the front what happens to the knee. No, I'm not watching this one. This is all yours, David. I'm not very good when it comes to injuries.
So Roman there getting a bit of local support here for Romania. It's been a bit of a sluggish start here to this competition. It hasn't really taken off yet, but there's plenty of talent to come. So 116 kilos, third attempt. This for 3 out of 3. This is another 5 kilo increase here.
I don't know. I saw movement in his left elbow. What do the referees make of it?
2-1 against. And I would concur that's the right decision. Not for the Romanian fans, of course, but again, we need to see this from the front. Unfortunately, that doesn't really tell us.
Well, he looked to the scoreboard anxiously, didn't he?
Georgia is next lifter. Prigatovic.
Now, backstage in the warm-up room, these athletes putting the final preparations on their warm-up. We've got 3, 4, 5 lifters still to join. And here is one of them.
Second of the Romanians, and this is Ion Ohtili, 25 years of age, so the senior of the 2 Romanians in tonight's competition.
Now we have the change.
Was now being replaced by the first of the Georgians. And this is the 23-year-old, the same age as his teammate, Ramini Shamilishvili. So some national competition as well as international competition. 8th in Europe last year. And 123 is his personal best in terms of kilos lifted in this particular phase.
Good extension. Gets up nice and tall.
Good lift. 121.
Talk about extension, referring to the knees and the hips. The taller you can get physically, the more upward momentum you're likely to generate on the bar. Some of the lifters swing the shoulders back, but here we see great full extension. Virtually no swing on the bar, catches it nicely at arm's length.
Yes, and this effectively, Michele, is now a new beginning to this category, because at 120 kilos, he's now taken it into a more advanced stage.
Yeah, this now, we're going to see the next few lifters coming out very shortly, and the competition is going to hot up for the medals.
So, change 23 kilos on the bar for... and just looking up here at one or two changes. Godzev, 125, the younger Bulgarian, and likewise for his teammate Urumov, the other Georgian at 130. So no real choice but to come out. And this is on his personal best. Moved up in the past 3 years to this particular weight class from 56 kilos. Happy with that.
Well, he's fired up, isn't he?
Yeah.
123 opening attempt. I've got him down as having done a 129 at the Europeans last year, so he's sure is on fire today.
Now, second attempt. Vladimir Urumov, Bulgaria, Prigatovic is next lifter.
Well, absolutely pumped. Stands with ease, tremendous leg strength. Looking forward to seeing what he can clean.
State of play. Early days, though. You can see at the bottom there the lifters who've yet to start their campaign. And now Urumov from Bulgaria to open up as planned at 125 kilos. Just to put this in perspective, the European record is actually 150 kilos, and it goes all the way back to Sydney. And Nikolai Pashalov, who was originally from Bulgaria, but then changed nationalities and became Croatian and won the medal in the Olympics for Croatia. So, Urumov, 125 kilos, first attempt.
Oh dear. So, for the defending champion, that is a hiccup. Sorry, my mistake. Look at the start position as he comes off the floor. Watch the chest position, really high. Good chest position, great extension. Such a fine line between it being a good lift and missing. Just went out the back door.
You were right, actually, because he was European champion, but not last year.
Former. European, not...
Well, no, actually, once you've won it, it's like you with the Commonwealth Games title.
You'll always be.
You are always the champion. Nobody can
just
take away. Just not at this moment.
We're talking rubbish now.
Shamilishvili now to tie his attempt at 125, which I guess most of you have now got the hang of this. When the lifter goes up and makes a new mark, then if they're first there, then they take the position. Anybody who equals the weight and comes afterwards is ranked below. he knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
Yeah, that was close to the money there. Not a huge amount left in the tank. One attempt still remaining. He's fired up. He only just got himself underneath. Oh, great lifting.
Romania is next lift out. We have the change. Urumov goes up 126.
Here's Ili, and the bar going to 126 for his second attempt, so the all-important 1 kilo to put him back into the lead, but still waiting in the wings. Mishvelidze of Georgia and Grozdev of Bulgaria, who haven't yet started. But this 126 will put the Romanian back into first place, and he'll still have 1 attempt to go. So this is just beginning to warm up now.
He's done well to steady himself underneath the bar. Very shaky all over. Quite a tall guy compared to the rest of his competitors.
Long levers.
Yeah, much further for the bar to travel. Big disadvantage. Here, people say weightlifting stunts your growth. Is it that, or is it that shorter weightlifters are just better suited to this sport?
So, Romania with the edge over Georgia. And now Urumov has to come out now, the Bulgarian. Remember, he failed at 125. He's put the bar up to 127 kilos. And this is a bit of a test here. This is pretty close. Just, in fact, a kilo more than he has been lifting in recent times. By which I mean the last couple of seasons.
Great set position, really retracts the scapula, the shoulder blades. Leads with the chest, good extension and no problems this time.
Yeah, very good correction.
We often say to people, really try and set the shoulders back and down so you can lead with the chest. Well, there is the perfect example of how to do that. He sits back on the bar a little, if anything, but leads with the chest all the way through. Gets really good float on the bar. Timing perfect.
Just kicking himself for not doing that first time out. Because it's potentially that tight.
It is. There's only, well, 5 lifters still left in. 2 of which are yet to start, and it's all within a couple of kilos.
So, Ramini Shamilishvili is now down to 3rd place, but he's gone for a 3 kilo increase. Just again, this will edge him ahead of the Bulgarian. This will be for 3 out of 3. Now, your assessment last time, Mikhailo, was that he was very close to his limit. 128 kilos.
Oh, brilliant lifting.
Yeah.
Well, just watch this replay. When you see the replay, see how high the bar actually travels, or more importantly, how much higher the bar travels compared to where he receives it. It must literally be millimeters. He literally catches at arm's length. The bar does not come crashing down on him. That is right on the edge. Brilliant lifting.
And by far the best of his 3 attempts. And he's got 3 out of 3. He's back in the lead by a kilo. And now, at the moment, the bar on 128 kilos. But that's now changing now. And now one of the men who's been sitting in the wings waiting. And this is the other Georgian, Shota Mishvelidze. Shota, 23 years of age, so really only at the beginning of his career and already a world bronze medalist.
Some achievement for such a young man.
135 kilos he snatched in Anaheim on his way to a total of 298 kilos.
He's just indicating to the referees that his elbows do not lock out properly. That's okay, as long as there's no flexion once it's overhead. Well, interesting. If we look at the stature of Shota, very long in the back, very short in the levers in comparison. Perfect levers for Olympic lifting. Interesting to see this from a technical point of view. Ooh, I thought there was something that went funny. He kind of swerved his body around the bar as he came underneath. It works for him.
Yeah, the point really about him is the marked improvement last season at the World Championships. Now, Stelian Grodzev. The Georgian was 23 years of age. This man is the youngest of the class at 18. 129 kilos on the bar. This would take him into second place. Well, he did say in the beginning that this is a man who is powerful and on the face of what we've seen before is going places.
Oh, just 18 years of age. Wow. There's not much else that can be said. Very, very impressive. Not being fussy, goes out around his knees slightly off the floor, but so dynamic overhead. Very, very proficient.
Well, never a truer word spoken than every lift counts, because this is 129 kilos as well, and this is a 6 kilo increase for the Romanian. This is a big ask here. Ionut Ili of Romania, 129 kilos. This would put him up into the bronze medal position in the snatch. It's his last attempt. But you never know if he can make this. He's still going to be an outsider to hang on to a medal, but 10 seconds. Come on. Well done. Well done. 3 white lights. Excellent. Great little sequence on his home stage, and pushes himself up with a shout of a medal now.
Well, he's not that far away, is he? Keeps the bar nice and close. Bit army on the way up, but gets good extension. Bar stays close to him. You've got control over the bar, and then you have a chance.
So Georgia, Bulgaria, Romania, the 1, 2, 3, and now Urumov, and 130 is what he has to take to go into the lead by a kilo. This is his last attempt in the snatch. Second one was excellent.
He needs to stand still.
Stay on the platform.
Did he get the down signal?
I don't think he did. Oh, he did. Well, according to the 3 white lights, he did.
Well, there was a lot of noise behind us from the Bulgarian supporters.
Yes.
I didn't hear it, but he clearly got it. Almost celebrated a bit too early. Let's see, when he lands in the receiving position, he knows he's got it, but nearly lost control, stayed on the platform. And at some point then, the buzzer must have gone.
Yeah. And the feet were in line, so there you can see the state of play there. The men who've got lifts to come, 4 attempts to come. And this is Grodzev, currently lying in the bronze medal position. And that lift, by the way, by Urumov has pushed Ionut Ili out of the snatch medals. He's down to 4th place. So now Stelian Grodzev, this is a 3 kilo increase to 132. So mindful of the fact that Urumov, who's in the lead at the moment, doesn't have any more lives left, but Mishveledze does. He's got 2 more chances.
Well,
I like that even better than the first one.
Do we have a change in the Bulgarian ranks? The youngster coming through like a rocket.
Yeah, I mean, that was tremendous.
The best of 126. That was a 132. Do you have any better than 126?
No.
So a huge personal best on a big platform for the young man. Still one attempt remaining.
Junior European champion 2 seasons ago. 7th in Europe last year, but now Mishvelidze, 133. So for him, this is a 4-kilo increase. Grodsev, Urumov, Bulgaria, Georgia at the moment in the medals. Romania in 4th. 133.
It's that looping of his body as he comes underneath the bar. Puts a swing on the top of the bar. Very difficult to hold on to.
So no change in the medal order. Now there are 2 men with one attempt left.
Yeah, you can just see he swings under and almost dives through it. Very strange movement underneath the bar. It's almost as if he's pulling himself down.
So
goes up 133 kilograms on the bar. Shota Mishvelidze, Georgia, set attempt, tricky part.
Oh, there's cat and mouse going on in the warm-up room.
And 1 minute.
yeah, there's the state of play. 2 attempts to determine the outcome of the snatch phase. It's all very tight and close.
We come back to Stilian Grozdev, Bulgaria.
At this moment in time, between the top 5, there's only 4 kilos.
Grozdev goes up 134.
So Mishvelidze, 134. That means, of course, that Grodsev, he's posted 134 as well. But at this moment in time, of course, he's 3 kilos ahead of the man on stage at this moment. Under pressure.
Well, this time he manages to steady himself. No mistakes a second time, and that puts him up into the lead.
Indeed, 1 kilo. Now, that means that Grodzev's got to go to 135. Because he wants to win the snatch gold. So again, it's a 3 kilo increase, but given the way he's been lifting, and given that it's, as far as we're concerned, new territory in terms of personal best on a competition stage, the way the 18-year-old's going, you would think he's got every chance here.
Yeah, I'd like to know what he's achieved in training, because he seems pretty fired up right now. Man on a mission, and this is a huge personal best.
You know, he's only 3 kilos shy of the junior European snatch record at 138 kilos.
Still has at least another year to try and achieve that as well.
There's a guy called Ivalio Filiev. Come on. Oh, yes. Not to be denied. Job done. Well, Mikhailo, I thought the second snatch technically was better, but he's actually done the job.
Well, hasn't he just? How he snuck under this, I'm not sure. So fast. Trust the technique. And he has executed superbly. Well, he's one to watch for the future as well, not just today. But he could be a big threat on the world stage at senior level over the next few years.
So we get to the halfway stage, and Bulgaria in the lead by a kilo in the shape and form of their youngster, 18-year-old Stilian Grodsev. There he is by a kilo from Mishvelidze, the world bronze medalist, and then Urumov, the more experienced senior Bulgarian, and he in 3rd place. But as I said, you can see it's pretty tight there. There's, 7 kilos only separating the top 5. 10-minute break now. Well, the state of play, if you're just joining us here in Bucharest, is that we're at the halfway stage of the men's 62-kilo championship of Europe, and the lead held by the youngest man of the class, and that's Stilian Grodsev with 135 kilos, a kilo ahead of Shota Mishvelidze of Georgia, the world bronze medalist, with the Bulgarian's teammate Vladimir Urumov in third place. 130 kilos, and the spread between the top five, just 7 kilos. First man to get underway here is going to be the Israeli Levi Bar. Didn't really have, Mikhaila, a happy time in the first phase. Down in 6th place, only 112 kilos, and that's 6 kilos below his initial target of the day. Yes,
he just dived under everything, didn't he? Pressed out on the first one, failed, got the second, and then the third one, well, it just buried him at the bottom. Let's see how he does in the clean and jerk.
He's got another target here for an Israeli national record, starting at 132. Needs this first one to get on his way.
Oh, dear me. Oh, I don't like to see that.
No.
He's in big trouble right now. The doctor
did he let go in time?
I think he let go in time. I think that's more of a tweak than anything, but I do not think we're going to see him. No, has it gone? Is it locked?
I'm not
He's done something to his elbow, whether it actually dislocated. I don't want to watch this. He either dislocated or he's just tweaked the ligaments, but either way, he's not coming back out.
Yeah, I got the feeling that more the latter than the former. Hopefully, it's just a tweak more, as you say. Yeah, oh, when it goes immediately.
Romario Abdirai, Albania has resigned from all attempts in clean and jerk and not finished total.
Well, that's
not nice when you see an athlete injured. The clock's just going to run now. He's got 1:30, but that's game over, I would say.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Don't be silly. Do not send him back out. Please don't send him back out.
Well, there's the president and his personal coach there.
The thing is, right now, he's full of adrenaline. He's pumped full of adrenaline, the best painkiller in the world. But he's clearly caused some damage there. And if they send him out, he really risks blowing that elbow. And he's not going to medal here. There's absolutely no point in pushing. No, oh dear me. This, to me, is an irresponsible decision by the coaching staff. I think they should just withdraw him now before he really hurts himself. Yeah. Just having a look as well, David, have you seen the scoreboard?
Yeah, the Albanian now is out as well. He's retired from the clean and jerk. Now, that may be something that happened.
Yeah, he hurt his knee, didn't he?
Yeah,
as he went down, he tweaked his knee. It looked like the medial side of the knee. I said he's going to be sore tomorrow. Well, it looks like he's sore already.
Yeah.
And sensible, no point in risking it. He's going to go and get that scanned almost certainly. Hopefully, he won't be out for too long. Here we go. This is the lift that put him out. Yeah. Oh, can we stop showing these now?
No, but unfortunately, there are people who might be just joining us now. They didn't see that, and so just that. But
well, the clock's counting. We got 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, this is for his second attempt, so he's been counted out of the second attempt. But the intelligent thing would be to retire. I don't think, I agree with you, Mikhaila, that, you live to fight to another day. Some of the decisions are tough. Sometimes the coach has to take that decision out of your hands. And
I've done it with my lifters before. There's times when they've been, doing really well, and then something goes wrong, and I just said, that's it, enough. There's no point in busting yourself and breaking yourself, because that is realistically what could happen if he comes out here now.
Yeah, I hope he's not blinded by the simple thought of, well, if I get it, I'll get a total, because it's actually pretty meaningless in the context of everything that he's doing. It's one thing to, have the desire, have the gumption to want to do it, but
they've done the right thing. Let the clock run down.
Yeah.
Buy him some time. Messes everybody else up, though. The lift, there we go, in picture now. The Romanian is ready to come out.
Yeah.
He's being held up.
Yeah. Well, against your counsel, and I think a few people's counsel, he's going to give it a shot.
And David, this is why I couldn't be a referee, is because right now this is all yours to commentate on.
Fine. Well, it's 132 kilos. It's his third and final attempt. We think this is not a prudent decision, but all I can do at the moment is wish him well. And he needs to, first of all, he's got to get the clean, and he's got to do that with the least possible fuss. This takes an awful lot of mental strength as well as physical. It's one thing to have mind over matter with pain. Sets. I still think he's not 100% with this. All credit to him, he's got the clean. Can he finish this? 132 kilos, third attempt for a total. Wow. Needs to bring his feet into line, but he's done it. At what cost, I'm not sure, but actually, well, what do you say? I mean, gutsy.
Gutsy, crazy.
Yeah.
Did very, very well there. I mean, I was watching through my fingers. I was just terrified he was going to really hurt himself. All it takes is the smallest of wobbles. Well, he put his elbow on the line. He was prepared to risk it, and it paid off. Let's hope he's not too sore tomorrow.
So next man out now is Robert Manea for Romania. Well, the doctor was taking a chance there as well, putting analgesic spray on to help him, but anyway, he's got a total. So Robert Manea, seventh at the halfway stage, just missed the third snatch, but he's got off to 135 kilos.
Yeah, whips himself underneath the bar. Clean is no problem. Really solid overhead.
Just another reflection on Levy Bar here. I mean, he's totaled up to 44. All of that he's gone through, he's only ended up 6 kilos below his personal best total. Seems...
With only 2 out of the 6 lifts.
Yeah. So, you know, it shows you on another day, he might well have got those national records and new personal bests.
But the same lifter, Robert Stepan Mania, second attempt.
But again, what can we say? You know, he's sitting there, he knows how much pain is going through his elbow.
Yeah, it'd be a whole lot more in a couple of hours when the adrenaline wears off. I've done it myself, subluxed the shoulder at the Europeans on the snatch. Still came out for the clean and jerk. The adrenaline was amazing.
Well, there's the ice pack on.
Yes, it's what happens afterwards. A few hours after, I couldn't move my arm. But he's thumbs up, he's got a total. Fair play to him.
And his guts and determination will be recognised in that situation because he's come through it at a cost, but he's come through it. And now Manea, nobody else wants 140. And so facing the situation where it looks as if he's got to come out again and take a 5 kilo increase. More possible anyway at this weight class in the clean and jerk. Just looking at the other opening weights, I mentioned them earlier. Urumov 150, Mishvelidze 150. 150 also for Grozdev, the current leader from the snatch phase. 145 for Yonatili, and 145 also for Shamanishvili of Georgia. This, of course, is the young man who started very conservatively with 105 in the snatch, built to 111, then was trying for 116, but didn't make that. His total at the moment, 246.
Very good overhead. Seems to be struggling really with the pressure on his shoulders after the clean. There's a lot of shaking of the body underneath the bar. Smile of relief. You see here, whips the shoulders back, uses the arms, therefore doesn't quite get full extension. It's this position here he looks unstable to me. It's so good overhead. Hips are behind the bar, but compensates with good shoulder flexibility.
Well, the standard kilo's gone up on the bar, but it's not going to stay at 141. Interesting what he wants now, really, basically.
He's going 145, forcing his teammate out.
Yeah, he has done 148 in the Fire Cup, which is one of the major international competitions annually. Did that last year. Actually won that competition in 2017. But now, as you say, it's his teammate, Yonatili, with an opener of 145. 3 good attempts in the snatch, putting him in 4th place and 6 kilos off the lead. But if he wants to go for a medal, he's going to have to repeat what he achieved in the snatch, in the sense that he's got to make all 3. Moves the bar to the back of the platform, perhaps thinking that he might need a bit of room to go forward. Squat jerk.
Power jerk.
Power jerk.
Might be a squat jerk in a minute. That, well, for anybody watching back home, do not copy. It's not the best way to lift. He's strong, it works for him. Every lifter has their own style. But here we'll see very army off the floor, very soft into the receiving position. Good leg strength. Doesn't move the feet forwards and backwards, instead opts to go out to the side. If he catches it above a 90-degree knee bend, it's a power jerk. If he ends up in the squat, then it's a squat jerk.
But it has benefits, but it also has risks.
Lots of risks. I don't coach it, I don't endorse it. Very, very few people can get away with it.
First attempt for Shamanashvili for Georgia. His teammate Shota Mishvelidze in 2nd place at the halfway stage. This man, 5th, 145 kilos. Not a problem.
Fairly comfortable opener. And a good run in the snatch. Let's see if he can do the same on the clean and jerk.
Yeah, I think he's certainly going to be aiming for a new personal best. I've got his personal best at 147.
See here, big drive through the bar, splits evenly forwards and backwards.
So, Mania for Romania out now. And this for 3 out of 3 in the clean and jerk. He's got 135, 140, 145. Currently lying 3rd overall. This would take him to 256. He'd stay in the overall bronze medal position.
Wow, that's what happens when you lift with that kind of technique. Whip the shoulders back, you pull it onto you, and it spits you out the back door. He's okay.
Yeah, sitting in the overall bronze medal position here, we'll see it very clearly.
There's only one place he's going to be putting ice tonight, and that's on his bot-bot. Ouch. Pride bruised more than anything.
So Urumov Now, it's not so much the fact that he's got a bronze medal. What is relevant is that he starts 5 kilos down on his younger teammate. Now, both of them posted 150 for openers. So, Urumov sticking to the plan.
DME tried shoving with the upper body. Not going to happen. The arms will not get that kind of weight overhead. It's got to be driven from the quads and glutes.
So just as it was in the snatch, first attempt failed.
150, 150.
And he manages to keep the bounce at the bottom to help him stand, but here just pushes with the arms instead of driving through the start position with his legs. Well, teammate has been called, Grozdev. Is he going to do the nasty? Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oh, we have in words later. What's happened is he's gone up, hasn't forced the bar back to Urumov, though. Shamlishvili, he's been called in between.
So this is also a 5 kilo increase. At the moment, this Georgian lying in overall silver medal position, second place in the clean and jerk, but obviously 273 plus 5 kilos here would take him to 278 and put him into the overall lead, as well as the clean and jerk #1 spot.
Oh, nicely to arm's length. Really good lifting. 5 out of 5. Does he have one more in the tank?
Well, he's already exceeded his previous best. So all credit to him. He's up by my record by 3 kilos. So in front, but there are plenty of dangers out there. Remember, Grozdev hasn't started, Mishvelidze hasn't started. And Urumov now on 150.
Well, Urumov in a spot of bother here. Really needs to secure this lift. Chest is high, he gets good extension on the clean. Can he make the standing bit a bit easier?
This to zoom into first place. Better clean.
I don't know.
No, I would.
Right arm.
I'd like to see that right arm from the front, because that looked.
Well,
jury stop. Yeah,
the referees have given it 2-1, but the jury are absolutely wide awake right now.
Let's have a look at that from the front. Here we go. Maybe get a close-up on those as well.
Well,
watching the right arm.
Yeah, absolutely. Definite press out. Well, referees being spoken to.
We've got an even closer view here. Yeah, there's a press out there.
Yes, centre referee really should have spotted that one.
So that's reversed, and now he's under real pressure because that's 2 failures. So a reverse there. And what does Urumov do now? He's got to come out, doesn't he?
He's got to stay on that weight. He's I think, put himself out of medal contention here. But the total is far more important. So there has been a little bit of a delay. The clock was stopped during that time, so it's bought Urumov a little bit more time to recover. You see here, the clean is good. He gets nice extension, bounces straight out. But here, if you don't have the legs to drive the bar any higher, you've got to split wider and lower. Big arch in his lumbar spine. That's just him. That's his style. Not something I would encourage you to try and do. There's a lot of strain on the lower back. When he's going up.
Yeah, he's
first attempt. Stylian Grozzev.
I'll just hold back my comments for the moment as Shota Mishvelidze comes in. Remember, he was in the silver medal position in the snatch, just a kilo behind Stylian Grozzev, who's yet to start. Grozzev, by the way, just looking at his start, he's put it up to 152 kilos, the same weight as this man on the stage now. Just over 30 seconds to go.
Well, again, Mishvelidze just indicating to the referees that his elbows don't lock fully.
Did a 163 in the World Championships.
Well, that's a power jerk. Very bent with the arms, but they went to what is straight for him and stayed there. No other movement, so it's absolutely fine.
So straight into the overall lead, total 286, and everybody else 270s or left at the moment. So he's got a commanding lead, but now here's his arch rival now with Urumov having problems. So Grozzev out now for 152 kilos. So, of course, he had a kilo advantage over Mishvelidze. He would still have a kilo advantage over him if he lifts this.
Well, if you want to know how to lift, this is the young man to watch. Best lifter technically by far in this group. Very dynamic under the bar, good extension, great speed.
And the important thing is at 18 years of age that the technique is as good as it is because you're avoiding the bad habits.
Absolutely, and the injuries. He is protected because of the positions he's in. He doesn't put the joints under unnecessary strain. Great lifting.
So Grozzev, Bulgaria, back in first place, second in the clean and jerk at the moment because Mishvelidze got to the 152 first. Remembering that there are 3 sets of medals available, and now Ionut Ili for Romania, 152. And again, at the moment lying in 4th place in the clean and jerk. This would put him into 3rd. This is a 7-kilo increase, would take him from 274 to 281 and into the overall bronze medal position. So a lot rests on this. Second of his 3 clean and jerk attempts.
Well, it's still a power jerk, but only just.
Yeah, but he gets the 3 white lights, and that's a good lift. And moves up.
Once again, Vladimir Urumov, Bulgaria, third attempt. Very, very important attempt for this.
Clean was just that little harder, but
he's gone to the back of the platform because if he does go forward, he's going to go forwards quickly. One attempt remaining.
So Grozzev, Mishvelidze, Ionut Ili, the 1, 2, 3 at the moment. And now, huge moment here for Urumov. Urumov now 152 kilos. So this is for 382. Sorry, what am I talking about? 282. This would put him into overall bronze.
He needs it to stay in the competition.
And he's got it. Pulled it out of the far.
Well, only just. Big relief.
But of course, he's vulnerable.
He is. He's by no means guaranteed a medal right now. He can do no more. Sit back and watch and wait.
Romania, 153. Stylian Grozzev.
So 282. Just to give you an idea where that sits, he was 280 last year in the European Championships. When he got the bronze medal, he was 288. That was in 2016. And
He looks pretty angry, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he's been an achiever, you know, even at a 56-kilo lifter. He got a European bronze back in 2008, but, you know, the shinier medals have eluded him. And, you know, it's these failures at crucial moments, you know, 3 out of 6. In this particular class, 50% is not good enough.
And it just shows the importance of good technique yet again.
Right, now, this is interesting now, because this is another 2-kilo increase. Now, this is to put him 1 kilo ahead of Urumov of Bulgaria. This is the Romanian, Ionut Ili, and he would, just for good measure, go into the lead in the clean and jerk as well. I think this is quite an ask.
Don't know, he's a gutsy lifter. Saves the squat jerk, manages to stand.
Absolutely right, spot on, Michaela. You had faith in him, I was uncertain, but he's made it. Congratulations to him for doing that, because he's given himself a real chance now.
Well, if you want a medal, and 6 out of 6 is what you need, he's just done it.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, because out now you've got Grotsev, Mishvelidze, who are ahead of him. They've got 4 attempts left, but the killer blow, if it's going to come from anybody, is going to come from Shamelishvili of Georgia, because he's going for a 6-kilo increase, which will take him from 278 to 284 and push him out of the medals. Push Ionut Ili out of the medals, that is. Now, he's looked good on the first 2 attempts, but the man who's in the bronze medal position made 6 out of 6. If this man does this, he will do exactly the same, 6 out of 6, but he'll put himself into overall bronze and the lead in the clean and jerk. And he'll be leading the clean and jerk by 4 kilos. Somehow. That's a little yelp behind us from the Romanian fans, because that miss there means that Ionut Ili is now assured of an overall bronze medal for Romania, and actually deserves it. The 6 out of 6 deserves that.
Yes, he does. He was lucky here not to get failed on an adjustment. Bar nearly slipped off his shoulders. Too low on the dip, everything forwards. What a shame.
So we're down to 4 lifts. This is now a head-to-head duel. We've got 2 men in here. They're only separated by a kilo. 1 for Georgia, 1 for Bulgaria. And, you know, they're both young. They're both talented. Grotsev, 18. Mishvelidze, 23. Mishvelidze, who's rapidly improved his form. The World Championships bronze medal was not expected, but achieved.
I'll tell you what's just happening here is Mishvelidze doesn't need the 160 that he just posted. He's very quickly brought it down to 158 before the bar was loaded. This enough to go into the lead temporarily, maybe.
Well, yeah, because it's 6 kilos, so he's going to go into the 290s.
And Grotsev is matching him. He's brought his down as well.
This is only his 2nd attempt. And that, for me, was better than the first one. And he goes into the lead, 292 for Mishvelidze. And now he's only 6 kilos down, actually, on what he achieved in the World Championships.
Well, the power jerk gives flexibility in the shoulders, holds the bar behind its centre of gravity. Well, right now we've got officials on the platform just taking a little look to see if there's any blood on the bar. They seem happy.
So Grozhev also gave 158. So as Mikhailo explained, matching. So this would just put him that necessary 1 kilo ahead. It would take him to 293. And by some way, a new mark. But at the age of 18, rapid improvement, not necessarily surprising. Good clean.
I don't know. Did that go to arm's length straight away? What do the referees think?
I thought it was okay, actually, to be honest.
Well, we can see here the jury, 2 of the 3 jury members called that as a no lift. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. I can see over the jury's shoulder.
Yeah, but the reality is they have to be unanimous.
Yes, they have to be unanimous, and they weren't. I thought there was a fraction movement in the elbow. Anyway, irrelevant. He's got it. It's a good lift. Yeah. And all he needs to do is match the Georgian kilo for kilo. He has the lead after the snatch, and that's enough.
Okay, but we're now down to, as they say, the big money, because they both got 1 lift left, and now Mishvelidze going 163. Now, the situation is very straightforward here. Mishvelidze comes out and lifts the 163. He forces Grozhev out to try it. However, if he fails this lift, Mishvelidze, then Grozhev is the champion. So there it is.
But he's not in gold medal position on the clean and jerk.
No, but I think the overall championship will be to the forefront of his mind.
Absolutely. Well, what's happening? They're both sitting down as if to say, I don't want to come out on this.
Well, this is cards on the table.
It is.
The coaches really is. And oh, now this is going.
You see, if I were Grozhev now, I would come out and just get the next one in.
Yeah, I would have done that as well. But
don't be playing silly games.
But 165 for Mishvelidze. Just having a look at this, 163 in the World Championships. He's never done 165, according to my reckoning. So this is a new personal best at a critical time. This, quite honestly, could go either way. But the bottom line is, if Mishvelidze comes out now, hopefully we'll keep an eye on Grozhev backstage, because he makes this, the competition is still alive. He fails, Grozhev is the champion. Georgian coach is getting a bit aerated. ...20 seconds.
Squat jerk, and he's done it.
My goodness gracious me. What strength to achieve that.
Whoa.
Wow.
Could just have an upset here.
165. Well, Georgi Avadidze in the coach's corner there, just getting really excited, because now it's reverse.
Well, beat that.
Yeah.
Is what's just been thrown down. Grozhev, 1 shot for the title.
So the roles are reversed now. Grozhev, if he lifts this, he is the champion. If he misses, Mishvelidze for Georgia will take the 62-kilo championship of Europe. He has 40 seconds. Locks on. And it wasn't there. And Georgia have won it. There he is in the back there. And Shota Mishvelidze, bronze medal at the World Championships in America, has just become the European champion in 2018. Grotzev, though, 18, he's actually done extremely well today. And at 18, there will be many days to come. And somebody once said to me during the winter, Michaela, sometimes you have to lose to win.
Sometimes you've got to lose to learn so many things. And this young man is bitterly disappointed now, but he will take a lot away from this competition. He'll never want to feel like that again, and that will motivate him to come back even better.
So the Georgians have pulled it out. That was a fantastic last. I'd love to have a look at that clean and jerk again. I mean, that was, if we could see it again, it would be absolutely wonderful, that clean and jerk, because that really was power. And straight, there's the answer there. 5 out of 6. Those are the clean and jerk results, of course, and it means that Mishvelidze takes the gold medal in that, as well as the overall. Grotzev gets the silver, and Ionut Ili for Romania. He lifted really well, 6 out of 6, and he gets the clean and jerk bronze, as well as the overall bronze. Here we are.
Worked so hard to stand. What an effort. Gave it absolutely everything. Now, I don't like the squat jerk, but my goodness me, he was gutsy. Drove as high as he could, dropped his body to receive it, and absolutely nailed it. Very few people can hit that position safely. He's got good shoulder flexibility, and more importantly, great shoulder stability. Here we see again from the front, almost drops his chest. Can't drive it high enough to split jerk, so has to drop under to receive. It doesn't matter how the bar goes to arm's length. Just look what it means to him. Absolutely delighted. Well, he'll be absolutely pumped after this. It's going to take a while for that adrenaline to wear off. And here are the overall standings in the men's 62 category. The winner with 299, Mishvelidze of Georgia. Second place, Bulgaria, with 6 kilos down. And Ionut Ili of Romania picks up the bronze. Well, it's celebrations all round for Georgia. Hugs and kisses, a phone call home, high fives, handshakes, the lot. Well, if ever there was a gutsy performer, this man has just done it.